Good evening and welcome to the Money Programme. Tonight on the Money Programme we're going to look at money. Lots of it.
It may be the perfect crime committed in full public view. The crime scene sitting for more than a week before anybody knew anything was wrong.
This is the first time I've ever heard of anybody doing anything like this.
He punches in a secret passcode to override the machine.
He has to have intimate knowledge of how this works.
He uses that secret code to trick the ATM into handing him over free money.
In 2004, the total sum of money lost was a staggering £75 million. And one of the most common methods con men use to commit cash point fraud is with a fixed device that is very tricky to spot.
One of the most prevalent scams in recent years has been the placing of card readers on ATMs. The idea is simple. You put a shell over the ATM.
Any mobile top-up cards will do. They take them, swipe them once to erase them, and then swipe them again, thus programming them.
Alex is now going to use this clone card in this ATM. He inserts the card and manages to withdraw this £100 cash.
I love money.
We all entrust to our banks. What was eventually uncovered is a chilling example of employees stealing the private information.
They were very successful at stealing large amounts of money.
How did they do it? Step 1, getting account information. And what could be better than the customer service center, where the ringleaders recruited rogue employees to build an information pipeline? Boyden's investigation turned up this wish list. Name and address, mother's name, date of birth, social security number, and account number.
That's the information that the bad guy needs to do what it is he wants to do.
Step 2, take over the account. Step 3, rob the bank. It is a whole new way to rob a bank.
Oh, it's a lot easier and a fairly sophisticated and common way to do it.
Most people think it's just credit or financial. However, that only makes up for roughly 28% of the identity theft that occurs.
The scariest thing about identity theft is we're all targets. There is no specific person, personality, or type, or occupation that makes you more or less a target. Everybody is, including a 3-year-old child.
In 25 to 50% of identity theft cases, the thief is a parent or a relative. Randy, by the time you were 13 years old, you were how much in debt?
A little bit over $2.5 million in debt by the time I was 13.
And it obviously wasn't you out there spending, you know.
No, I wish it was. I really do, but it wasn't. It was my dad.
Sybil Pearson is one of the 7,366 who got this letter telling them sensitive identity information on UC files, including their Social Security numbers, had been stolen. A flash drive like this containing all that information was on a staff member's desk. The thief simply picked it up and stuck the drive in his pocket.
If your internet company sent you an email like this, telling you to submit your credit card information to keep your account from being closed, would you do it? Please be advised, this is mandatory.
You know, it would be easy to see why people would fall for it, because it looks very real.
Internet criminals call the scam phishing. It's mass mailing for identity theft.
What we've done is we've built a fake website.
It had all the elements to look authentic and irregular.
Send. It was giving the crooks everything that they needed.
I'm not a major criminal. This was a hobby.
A man claiming to be David Rome places an order for $1,200 worth of computer equipment to be shipped all the way to Indonesia. The problem is, the real David Rome in Massachusetts didn't know someone in Indonesia was trying to order goods with his stolen credit card number in virtual black markets, where thieves buy, sell, and barter personal information in underground chat rooms.
This is what they call a gold profile. This is all the information. We have her email address, eBay account, PayPal account. We have her first name, last name. We have her address, phone. We even have her social security number. We have her MNN, which is mother's maiden name. If the thief has this information, he can absolutely rip this lady's identity off in seconds. Doing this right now.
You know those credit card applications you dumped in the trash? Well, they can be as good as gold to an identity thief.
Do people really go through garbage and look for stuff in people's trash cans?
Absolutely. I've sat in on seminars by the Attorney General's office, and they were saying that to them the very biggest threat was what they call dumpster divers.
I have to tell you, they do it so easily. They're dumpster divers.
Another breach of privacy in the digital age we now live in. Kerzner International saying the management of its Atlantis Paradise Island resort discovered a theft of about 55,000 customers' personal information.
This is a blip compared to the 40 million credit cards compromised with MasterCard last year, and then the 145,000 at Choice Point, and the 200 and so thousand from Marriott just last week.
Largest data breach in U.S. history is getting even larger tonight. The Wall Street Journal report says as many as 200 million customer records were stolen from Framingham-based TJX.
It turns out the biggest security breach in history was as easy as a hacker sitting outside a Marshall's near St. Paul, Minnesota, and pointing a telescope-shaped antenna toward the store to capture the wireless transactions going on inside. To make matters worse, TJX allegedly failed to encrypt their data.
Not only did they leave their windows wide open with the wireless network, but they left their wallet on the counter with the money hanging out of it.
All systems are vulnerable. It's just a question of knowing your vulnerabilities or having unknown vulnerabilities.
The popular website Hotels.com is warning customers this morning they may be at risk for identity theft. They say an auditor's laptop computer has been stolen. It contained the personal information, including credit card numbers, of some 230,000 customers. The fact that this laptop is password protected, does that prevent someone from getting in there and getting that information?
Most laptops, desktops, the password itself can be compromised.
All right, what are the 3 most common used passwords? Love, secret, and sex. Don't forget God. System operators love to use God.
What do you think?
No, I can't touch that.
DOD, D-base, 128-bit encryption. What do you think? Impossible?
Well, nothing's impossible.
I need someone who can do it in 60 seconds. 45 seconds.
Don't do that.
10, 9, 3, 2, 1.
That is how you do business.
That's our guy.